This seal looks mottled and ancient, utterly unremarkable. You merely pressed it onto the school bell's stomach, and it instantly transformed him into a world-shaking succubus. This rusty, inverted cross pendant can even allow whoever wears it to become immortal, blood-drinking, and of these forbidden objects that can defy heaven and change fate. You have an entire room full of them, all because you run an antique shop that collects forbidden as long as the guests can pay the price. They can obtain everything they desire here. At 8 p.m., the roar of luxury car engines shattered the half-century-long deathly silence of Xiang Street. This is the most well-preserved Republican era street in that, and also a piece of dead land on the World Dream Group's balance sheet. Due to heritage protection restrictions, it became a living tomb that could neither be developed nor demolished. Xia Li curled up in the looking at these ruins forgotten by the family, her heart sinking to rock bottom. She began to suspect that the nurse was a fraud, intentionally leading her to this piece of family shame to deliver a final humiliation. There are actually living people in this godforsaken place. The bodyguard captain's exclamation interrupted her thoughts. Ahead, a pitch-black two-story Chinese-style building stood quietly. Two large red lanterns at the door emitted a faint, eerie glow. In these gray ruins, it looked completely out of place, yet possessed a breathtaking sense of style. On the black signboard, with gold lettering, 5 large words were written in a sweeping calligraphy. Lin Hao Antique Shop. Xia Li was roughly dragged into her wheelchair by the bodyguards and pushed through the shop door. The moment they entered, the 3 overbearing bodyguards were simultaneously stunned. This wasn't just a shop, it was more like a giant antique frozen. The air was thick with the scent of aged wood and dried on paper. The guests have arrived. Please, have a seat. The woman behind the counter turned around with a smile, her striking figure and bewitching eyes instantly stole the souls of the 3 bodyguards. They shamelessly ogled Jin Miting's legs. Jin Miting poured a cup of hot tea for Xia Li, saying softly, "Master will be down shortly. Miss Xia, please warm your body first." The 3 bodyguards behind her began to snicker quietly. "Captain, this chick is off the charts. We'll take her with us in a bit." Lawyer Zhao said, "Anyone who contacts Xia Li and isn't cooperative gets taken out." Hey, this little shop owner is probably just some pretty boy. No one would even know if someone died in a place like this. Xia Li listened to these sickening comments, her face turning deathly pale. She could only give Jin Miting an apologetic, an awkward smile, but Jin Miting only returned a calm look. As if she were looking at 3 corpses that hadn't even cooled yet. Just then, steady footsteps came from the staircase. Jin Miting obediently put away her smile and stood behind you like a shadow. Xia Li forced her weak body upright, trying to maintain her last shred of dignity before you. As for the 3 bodyguards, they were looking at you with mocking expressions. In their eyes, you were too thin, too young. "Master, please have some tea." Jin Miting placed the teacup at your hand. With extreme, you frowned slightly. "Master, this woman's speed in adapting to her role was even faster than you had anticipated." You ignored the 3 security guards and their reckless laughter. Your deep gaze directly on the trembling Xia Li in her wheelchair. "Your condition is even worse than I imagined." Xia Li's shoulders trembled, subconsciously glancing at the bodyguards beside her. You picked up the tea, your thumb flat, yet carrying an unquestionable authority. There aren't many rules here. As long as I allow it, no one can stop you from speaking. Xia Li, deep breath, as if catching her final lifeline. "Can you cure me?" The 3 bodyguards nearby erupted into a burst of piercing laughter. "President, you've really become muddled by your illness. How can you believe the words of a fraud like this?" The bodyguard captain looked at you mockingly. "Nice acting, kid. And this girl you hired is quite impressive too." "Keep boasting. We happen to be free right now." Xia Li paid them no mind. She didn't even dare to look at you, only offering a self-deprecating, bitter smile. For such a terminal, incurable even the top medical teams had given up. Yet here she was, asking an antique shop owner if he could cure it. She steadied her breathing and switched to a more pragmatic request. "If you can help me escape the control of these people, I will arrange my final affairs. After I die, my most capable subordinate will bring the Xia family's resources to fully cooperate with the Taboo Society." You set down your teacup and uttered only a single word. "Thank you, ... Xia Li felt a weight lift from her shoulders. You raised your gaze, your tone chillingly cold. "I can also cure you." As soon as those words were spoken, the 3 guards doubled over with laughter, tears nearly coming to their eyes. Curing ALS plus heart disease? Kid, why don't you just say you're God?" The bodyguard captain slapped his thigh. "Fine, you cure her. I'm going to stand right here and watch you. If you really can cure her, I'll eat this table right here on the spot." You ignored this noisy barking. From your robe, you pulled out a silver inverted cross. "Pendant nomor 0 sampai 13, the mark of Cain." You swayed the pendant gently, slowly beginning to speak, your voice seeming to travel across 1,000 years of time and space to punish the world's first murderer, God. Carved a mark upon his brow, cursing him to never die. At first, he thought it was a blessing. He built an immortal empire and enjoyed all the riches of the human world. But eventually, he grew weary. He realized that watching his loved ones grow old one by one, watching civilizations be destroyed time and again, while he himself could never find rest, was the most vicious torture in this world. Death became his new goal. Finally, he found a way to break the curse. He imprinted the mark from his forehead onto a silver plate, turning it into this inverted cross. And only then did he finally find his release. You paused slightly, looking at Xia Li. This inverted silver cross is named after that murderer. It is called the Mark of Cain. In the 10th century, Count Dracula found the Mark of Cain and created the vampire race. Of course, the vampire race has vanished by now. But if you possess the Mark of Cain, you too can have eternal life. A deathly silence fell over the antique shop. The bodyguards laughed even harder, pointing as if looking at a ridiculous circus clown. Haha, Cain, vampires. Why don't you just transform into Ultraman while you're at it? Xia Li was also stunned. This story was too absurd and real. But when she met your eyes, that deep, abyss-like, desolate, and life-disregarding gaze caused the blood in her entire body to freeze. That was a look that only a god or a demon could possess? She swallowed hard and asked in a trembling voice, "What must I pay?" A cruel yet charming arc curled at the corner of your mouth. "Mortgage your soul. Offer your eternal loyalty to me, and I will grant you immortality." Xia Li looked at the cross, which flickered with an eerie fluorescence under the candlelight. She already had nothing left. The soul, that ethereal, vague thing, compared to being trapped in a wheelchair waiting to die, compared to watching her family be destroyed with her own eyes, wasn't even worth mentioning. She suddenly struggled and fell from the wheelchair, crawling desperately to your feet despite her useless limbs. Kowtowing heavily. "I am willing. As long as even if I must become a demon, I am willing." You stood and knelt before her, your finger gently lifting her sweat-drenched chin. Very well. From this moment on, you are a member of the Taboo Society. You gently placed the cross around her neck. With my protection, even death cannot drag you into hell.